Okay, so there we go. So it's going to be 2r cubed plus 6r squared minus 36r. Okay. Try that one. So this section, we're on that now. I really have no new instruction. You've seen it all now. You've seen all the different kinds of factoring that we're going to do on this test. So now this is just like a review section where they're all mixed around, just getting good at, putting them all together. So, what's the first step on every factoring problem? GCF. Yeah, you would look down on the multiple choice test and you would see that they pulled stuff to the front. So look and see what's in common. If you look down at the A, B, C, D, E options, you'd see 2 parentheses, and you'd see 2R in front, wouldn't you? 2 and R. So that's your big hint. So remember, you've got to do one big parenthesis, though. So take out the 2R. Even though the final answer will have 2 parentheses, you first have to do the step with the 1 parenthesis. The GCF. All right, so let me get rid of this stuff. So 2R, as soon as you see that 2R in the multiple choice test, you go, oh yeah, 2R, 1 big parenthesis. 1 big parenthesis in front. Then you just say what works. 2R times R squared, 2R times 3R, 2R times minus 18. Good to there? Now, do the 2 parentheses. Leave that 2R in the front, okay. R and R in the front. We're thinking about FOIL. Okay. Last times last to be 18. What times what's 18? 6 and 3, or 3 and 6. But then let's do the signs. The 2 inner, the 2 outer. We got 6R and 3R, and they have to make plus. Remember, you always grab the middle and bring it down to there, huh? Plus 3R. So what signs do we put on the 6 and the 3 to make plus 3R? Yeah, the bigger, right? Whatever sign you need in the end has to go on the bigger, right? The bigger's going to dominate. He's going to make the final sign happen, right? So whatever sign you need in the end, you need plus 3R, the bigger's got to do the job for you. He's gonna win the tug of war, so to speak. So plus on the 6, minus on the 3. Plus 6 minus 3 is plus 3, huh? Everybody see that? Whatever sign you need in your conclusion, the bigger must take it and make it happen. So then this sign always goes right there, this one back there. There we go. That'll be our test in a couple of days. 3 days, actually. Is that good? Questions on that one?
So Thursday test will be 5.6, 5.4, and
Yeah. The test on says it on the thing. What does it say? It says 5.1 through 5.8. Thursday's test is chapter 5, all of chapter 5. Yeah. So we have one more section after. We have to do 5.8 still. Yeah, we'll do that tomorrow.
As far as the final goes, are we gonna get any type of review or?
I can hand you a review. It's mainly just go over the old exams. The final will just be everything put together. Yeah.
And so we can have one sheet of paper.
Full sheet of paper. Instead of just a 3x5 card. Full sheet, both sides. Put anything you want in there. That's right. The final will just be everything put together. Just as simple as that.
We don't get a practice of that.
Right, I don't think there's time. I mean, I've got one. I could photocopy, but I just know if we're gonna take the other test on Thursday. I don't really think we have time to do like a practice final. Plus, those are long.
How many questions on
I can hand you one to go, but it's like 40 questions. It's long. It's like a double test. Yeah, the final is big. But finals go usually pretty well in the summer because you haven't had a lot of time to forget things.
But it's worth the same amount of points.
It's 100 points, right? It's worth the same as the others. That's right. That's right. Actually, you know, Joel, I always wait to announce this, but maybe now is a good time. What I do with the final is I let it replace the lowest score as well. So it'll count double for most people. So it'll both be the final for 100 points, and it will replace the lowest of your other 5 exam scores. So it ends up counting double that way. 100 is the final, and 100. So for example, if exam, I don't know, 2 was your lowest score. Say you got 80s on everything, but exam 2 was a 70. You know, and the final comes out 83. Then the final will both be the final for 100 points at 83, and it'll replace that exam 2. So I hold out a hope that way, because in the end, if you know it in the end, great. You know, so if there was something you had trouble with on exam 2, let's say, or whatever, or the graphing one we just had, if that was less than your best exam, that was your worst of your 5, then the final, show me you know it on the final, because it's all on the final, and then that'll replace. It'll both be the final for 100 points and replace the lowest of the other 5. So it'll end up counting as 200 in the end. I like that way. So how do you do these kind? Where there's just 2 terms? Yeah, 2 parentheses. S squared minus 25, so 2 parentheses. This is FL. It's like the OI stuff's missing. All the hard part's missing. That's why these are.
Before you add the plus 0?
You can do that if you want to.
Yeah, if
It's really 0 in the middle. You're totally thinking right, Melody.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's like a 0 OI in the middle.
For some reason, it makes it look right to me.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. If you like that 0, do that.
Anything, no.
So front times front to make S squared. Just S and S. And last times last to make 25. 5 and 5. And like Melody said, it really means there's a 0 in the middle. The OI is missing. It's 0. So how do you make 0 in the middle? Yeah. 1 plus 1 minus. That makes 0 in the middle, and it multiplies to be negative 25. See how that works? Probably makes more sense now that you've seen deeper things. That's what's really... See, if I did the little arcs, what would happen? You don't have to. If I did the OI arcs, what would I get? Plus 5s minus 5s, 0. You see, that's why there's no middle. You don't have to do all that. So these are just FLs. I just call them FLs because the OI is missing. It's just front and last, F and L. Is that good? Questions on that? Remember the FLs? All right, but let's try one. So there we go. There's a 4-termer. 8x plus 8z plus cx plus cz. Four terms. So do you remember what we do with 4 terms? R squared minus 50r plus 105. Okay, let's try this one. So 25x squared plus 95x minus 20. All right, try that one. Right. Okay, so on this one, GCF, right? We would see if it was a test on Thursday, you'd see they have a 5 in the front, right? Got to do the GCF 5 in the front thing. And that would be 5x squared plus 19x minus 4. So the one parenthesis step, now leave the 5 in the front, go to the 2, do the FOIL thing. Front times front, so 5x times x to make 5x squared. Right now, last times last to make 4. Well, it could be 2 and 2. It's not going to be. But it's a good thing to try at first. It's usually the closer numbers. 2 times 2. But that's not going to work. Because why? Because of the OI. The OI says no. The 2 inner, the 2 outer. The 2 inner make 2x. The 2 outer make 10x. Right? 2 inners, 2x. 2 outers, 10x. Can 2 and 10 make plus 19x in the middle? No way. Doesn't work. So it's not 2 and 2. It must be 4 and 1. Maybe it's 4 here and 1 there. It's not. I like to do it wrong as many times as I can before I do it right. Just to show you, how you would keep persevering. The 2 middle is 4x. The 2 outer is 5x. Can 4 and 5 make 19? No, they just make 9. So then say that isn't working either. Switch the order, though. Right? Put the 1 here, the 4 there. Try it again. So you just keep going. You try the different things to make the back. If it doesn't work, you switch the order. 1x, 20x. Ah, there we go. Right? Whatever sign you need to make for the middle goes in the bigger. Right? The bigger's got to make it happen. Plus 20 minus 1 makes plus 19, right? So where do those signs go? This goes straight up. The back plus goes back there. There it is. Is that okay? We all good with that? Making sense? Mixing it all around now. 2-termers, 3-termers, 4-termers. All the different strategies for factoring, for unmultiplying that we have learned. V squared D squared minus 64. Try that one. How many terms there? 2. So you want to identify things by how many terms. So 2-termers, what's the only thing we ever do with 2-termers? It's an FL, I call it. Right? It's missing the middle. It's missing the OI. Right? It's easy. These are your favorite kind. These are the easiest kind. FL. Right? 3-termers we do FOIL. 4-termers we do the grouping, first 2, last 2. So it's just 2 terms. Front times front to be V squared D squared, VD, VD. VD, VD. Makes V squared D squared. And last times last, 8 times 8 makes 64. How do you make negative 64?
Plus minus.
1 positive, 1 minus. Done. And the middle, we know why the middle's missing, the OI, because it's 0. What do 8 and negative 8 add up to be? 0. That's why the middle's missing. Those are easy now, right? That's it. Exactly. Yeah, I was going to say that same thing. But that can make it weird because we're just not used to seeing it like that. Yeah, Alex is right on the money. It's like a halfway done grouping problem. Can you tell? Is it confusing? Yeah, you get the loose horse, so we're not done. We're going to corral that thing. We're done when all the pluses and minuses are in parentheses. Corralled, right? Contained. It's 99. 99 cents, just under a penny. Burger King. All right. So we look at those two, and we say, okay, what do they both have in common? Yeah, parentheses C plus 2. Remove it. New set of parentheses. Just bring down A plus S. Done. Halfway through a grouping problem. So just seeing if you can like pick it up. Okay, let's try that one. R plus T squared minus 4. Do you see that that's really two things? The first one's just a big thing. It's two things. So do it like we do with two things. What do we do with two things? It's the only thing we do with two things. FL. That's a big FL. Makes sense.
Waiting for the next one.
Is the next one a tricky one?
Oh, yeah.
All right, we'll see.
I mean, it's probably gonna be the moment for me, but
But something's getting you, huh?
yeah.
So 2 parentheses, it's FL. And it's going to be R plus T in the front, 2 times 2 in the back, 1 plus 2, 1 minus 2 to make minus 4. Done. All the horses are contained.
Oh, I did an RT, and you can't do that because that's multiplied.
Exactly. Good job, Melody. If you go RT, that means R times T. And it never was R times T, it was always plus. Yeah.
I kept the parentheses around the R plus.
Like the little parentheses like that?
Yeah, and it took it.
Okay, great. Yeah, that's okay too. I was going to say it won't take it, but I'm wrong.
It did take it.
Okay.
I was surprised that it did, but.
Yeah? Well, good. Either way. So, on the test, though, let me be clear. You probably won't, I'm sure you will not see the little parenthesis on the multiple choice, so you're not confused. It'll look like that. It won't have the extra parentheses. All right, we good there? Let's do one more. Alex says the next one's a doozy. That's my word, not his. I like the doozy word. So we'll stop with this one. This one's a tricky one. (10xy minus 4x minus 5y plus). So first two, what do the first two have in common? 2 and x. We do a 2-2 split. 2-2 split, right? First two, last two? So first two have in common 2x. What does that leave behind? 5 of them, right? Y. It's 5y, huh? 5y minus 2. Boom, boom. Good so far? Last two. What do they have in common? What goes into both of them? Now, hold on. Actually, before I go any further, remember how it's always a measure? I'm just going to write that down without even thinking about it. There might be something in the front. I'll get to that in a minute. But for sure, the parentheses are going to be the same, right? When we do the 2-2, they always match, don't they? Always. Right? Whenever we do the 2-2 split, the parentheses, whenever you get the first parenthesis, you just copy it down for the second parenthesis. They're always going to match on the 2-2 split, right? Mm-hmm. Now, then just put in the front whatever you need to make it true. The throne of truth, right? And whenever I think of that, you guys watch, every Christmas we watch Elf. That silly movie. I don't know if you've ever seen that. And the Santa Claus is sitting and he goes, "You're on a throne of lies." That's one of our favorite lines. You're sitting on a throne of lies. He's a fake Santa. And anyways, it's hilarious. All the kids start screaming, "Ah, he's lying." Santa, and he pulls off the beard. It's hilarious. Very, very well done. Anyway, minus 1. No sitting on a throne of lies in math. We're on the throne of truth in math. So minus 1 in the front there, right? Because that works, right? Minus 1 times 5 is true. Minus 1 times minus 2 would go back, wouldn't it? It's true. Now, can I stop there?
Nope.
No, got the loose horse, got to get him corralled. But how do I go forward? These are the two terms and how you should be looking at it. Let me help right here. I know, in fact, a lot of people who really are doing very well get confused at this point and think it should be 5y minus 2 squared. I've seen that mistake a lot. Because they think, well, there's two of them. It's got to be squared. But that's not right. Let me show you why. What if you had 2xw minus 1w? What if those were your two terms? I wrote that w kind of funny. I mean, let's just put it right next to it. Anyway, what would you take out in common? What do they both have? W. And even though there's two of them, you wouldn't take out w squared. You just take out 1, and that would lead to, because that 1 could distribute back, huh? Well, it's the same thing with the, instead of the w, we have a big old parenthesis 5y minus 2, parenthesis 5y minus 2. Same thing. You just take out one of them, because they both have it in common. You put that 1 in the front, like 1w in the front, 1 5y minus 2 in the front, remove it. That'll be redistributed to both of them, right? Start a new set of parentheses. Probably confusing with all this extra stuff down. Let's get this out of the way now. This makes sense. So whenever you have the same thing twice, you put one of them in the front, and then that leaves the 2x and the minus 1. Because that 1 5y minus 2 could go boom next to 2x and boom next to 1, and we'd be back.
So
it's the same thing.
because it has numbers in front of the parentheses is why you're not doing 5y minus 2 squared? No?
No, it's because this 1 5y minus 2 could go boom and distribute back to both.
Okay.
So just like, let me show this one more time. Just like 2xw minus 1w. What would you do to factor? You'd look at these two terms and you'd say, what do they both have? You put what? Just 1 in the front, not squared. Makes sense? Why? Why not? Because all you need is that 1 could distribute and go back, huh? We're unmultiplied. We're thinking, how would it multiply and go back? You would just need 1 w in the front, and it would distribute back to both. Not squared. You just need 1 5y minus 2 in the front, and it would distribute back. Same thing. See that? That makes sense. Woo! We did 4 hours of factoring today. That was a lot of factoring.